As long as your kid's not bouncing off the walls and eating the paint, it's fine. I teach at a few different places. I teach at the Ackworth, the art house. I teach at Petit Artist, which is actually off Sixes Road, and it's over there.
It's right up the road here. It ain't too far.
Yeah, I teach there. I teach at Hobby Lobby in Canton.
Man, you teach at a lot of places.
Yeah, and I teach at Paulding, the Paulding Art House. And I mean,
does it matter if someone's like literally has never painted ever before? Like, is there one over the other that you should go to, or is it just whichever's closer, I guess?
I think that for my classes,
yeah, it's
more how much time you want to spend. Because I teach in a couple of different sizes canvas, and I have a lot of regulars. And some of the classes I know they're going to go over. Like if you come to Petit Artist, they'll tell you it's from 6 to 8, but you might be there like 10.
Once you get a painting, you just don't want to stop.
And sometimes you get students that are like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And so, and it doesn't bother me. Okay. People think that they're driving me crazy, but I'm like, dude, if you don't like it, I'm going to help you fix it. You know, it's fine.
Well, it's cool that you'll do that and you're not just like, it's fine, just leave it alone. You know, you're like, we'll get this the way, almost to where you'll like, you know,
yeah,
or as close as we can.
Well, and the hard part is that sometimes you're like, I know how to fix that, but you're not going to like what I have to do.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's that, but I mean, I don't really want you to leave and not be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Apparently this one's not taped down up there.
Oh, it is.
Well, it came loose.
What age group are you usually working with?
Usually I teach. I usually say the cutoff's about 10.
Okay.
But I've taught younger. Like my daughter, I think was 7, her first class, and I don't mind that.
What's the youngest you've ever taught?
Probably 7.
That is pretty young for a kid to.
Yeah, because man, when you're 7, do you still even really know how to write your name really well?
Yeah.
Or it depends on the kid.
But it actually turns out decent. I mean, for a 7-year-old, it actually turned out pretty good.
Kids are sometimes easier, actually, because
they're more open, probably.
they do what you tell them,
and they don't overthink.
Yeah.
Right, and they don't have other things that are in their brain already that they're already thinking about.
Yeah,
it's like they're just like, I'm here to paint. So what are we doing?
Well, like for me, if I'm painting a mountain, for example, and I put my highlights on, I might not quite like my highlights, and then I'll go in and mess with them, and I said, man, I should have just left them things alone because it looked better the first time.
Adults, I think, overthink, and you tell them, hold the knife like this, don't do this, and then they do what you told them not to do.
Yeah,
you're like, I said, don't do that. Most of the time, kids are going to do
what you tell them.
What you tell them, yeah, because they're used to being.
I think it's because you're not their parents. I have this thing that I think like the reason why kids always listen to people who are not their parents is because they're not their parents.
Yeah.
And it's
they
like,
don't know where their boundaries are at.
You know, and they're just like, oh, my parents tell me what to do, but it's okay if this person tells me.
Yeah.
You know,
my kids are much better with other people because they don't know their boundaries. They know my boundaries.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah.
My kids, I think I'm blessed.
Yeah.
My kids don't go to public school, so they don't have the influence of other kids where they come home saying things that they shouldn't be saying, or thinking things that they shouldn't be saying, you know, and they know they have to live with me. And if mama's mad, you just hang it up.
Yeah.
I think I'm more the disciplinary than he is. It's you don't do that, you know, and they know, but I had a class with a kid. He was, I think, 10. He was a real good kid. He was nice, and he was really well behaved.
Yeah.
It was just him and his mom and dad. And his mom and dad really were just nervous about him coming, and they asked for a private class because they didn't want him to disturb the other people. And sometimes you have classes where the other students are going to be bothered by it. But as long as your kid's not bouncing off the walls and eating the paint, it's fine. I mean, it's not, I don't think it matters really.
Yeah, I mean, kids are kids. They're going to be kind of loud and rambunctious.
Yeah, they're just kids.
Right.
I like kids, but.
Now, I heard you guys talking about wet on wet and traditional and like, so what are the, like, there's different styles of painting. I'm not very familiar with them. So is wet on wet, is that like a Bob Ross, like that's kind of a style?
Yeah, it's called it's called alla prima, and I think Bob really made it pretty popular.
Yeah.
And Bill Alexander really made it pretty popular, but it's been around for a really long time. It's not anything new. It's not like they invented it or anything.
They just, like you said, made it mainstream.
And then traditional, it takes longer. You've got a lot of layers. I will paint traditionally. I was never trained, well, by Dana, maybe I was trained a little more traditionally, but I don't teach that way. I guess if somebody was just dying to learn, I could help them, but.
Is wet on wet a little easier to learn?
I look at it like this. I like analogies, and I think of it as like Bob opened the door for you. And if you walk through that door, you have a whole other world that you can learn and you can play in, and you can, I don't like other mediums. I really am pretty loyal to oil.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that you can learn and do. Once you feel like you're bored with this, you don't have to stay bored. Like if you're brave and if you try, there's so many things that you could never be bored. I don't see how people could be bored with art.
Yeah, there's always something new around the next bin, the next painting, the next easel.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He just opened the door.
Right.
And that takes magic in and of itself. Bob was very special.